Aging and food. How should we eat to age gracefully? Let's find out. Welcome to 9 Minutes to Better Health, a podcast series that breaks down real science for you to use in your daily life. G'day, I'm Dr. Nick Fuller. I'm an obesity expert from the University of Sydney and RPA Hospital. The truth about obesity is it's a multifaceted problem. And on 9 Minutes to Better Health, I arm you with the science that you can use every day to answer important questions. Each podcast, I will tackle the latest research on interesting health and wellness subjects. I'll chat about topics like, is full or low-fat dairy best for your waistline? What weight loss pills work best? And is eating carbs at night bad for your weight? Which is a topic we tackled last week, so make sure to go back and listen. But back to today's chat. What are the nutrition needs for those over 65? And why what you eat should change as you age? This is a topic that is relevant to all of you. If not now, it will be in years to come. And that's because we're an aging population. By 2051, nearly 25% of the population will be over 65, and 5% will be over 85. There are many considerations as we age, but one of the most important is lifestyle, particularly diet. As you become older, your diet needs are different to when you were younger because your body stops working as well as it once did. For example, it's not as good at producing the hormones and enzymes that are required to absorb the nutrients from the food you eat. Consequently, you become more susceptible to nutritional deficiencies and the poor health outcomes that follow. There is no debating that preventive health strategies, for example a healthy diet and a healthy weight, that are adopted in early life have the greatest effect on preventing disease. But as I'll discuss today, you'll also improve your health, reduce your risk of disease, improve your quality of life, and reduce your risk of dying early through the adoption of healthy eating in later life, that is, over the age of 65. So what parts of your diet do you need to focus on as you age? Let's jump into the literature to find out. The research reveals 5 key areas of concern as we age, and the first one is body composition. The aging process results in a change in body composition, specifically a decrease in muscle mass and an increase in body fat. Scientifically, this is known as sarcopenia, or the decline of muscle with age. It's the most important consideration as we age because studies show that one of the major threats to living independently is the loss of muscle mass, strength, and function. Therefore, we need to do all we can to hold on to our muscle stores. Beginning as early as 40, the research shows that muscle mass and muscle strength decline in a linear fashion, with up to 50% of your mass being lost by the 8th decade of life. And it's due to several factors such as hormonal changes, reduced testosterone, growth hormone and estrogen levels, declines in activity, and poor nutrition. We can't do much about the hormonal changes, but we can address the diet and exercise side of things. When it comes to nutrition, several studies have identified protein as a key nutrient for muscle health as we age. It's the building block to muscle, and we need it in our diet to prevent our muscle stores breaking down. More so, we need even more at this age, and at least 20% more, which equates to about 80 grams of protein for men and 60 grams for women. And that's because when we're young, our body can build muscle with low intakes, but as we age, we need a lot more protein in the diet to build the same amount of muscle. The other challenge we have as we age is that it can be harder to meet our protein requirements due to changes in appetite and taste buds, lack of interest in food, problems with teeth, gums and swallowing, and increased difficulty shopping and cooking due to social isolation and mobility issues. To overcome these challenges, the best proven strategy is to focus on small frequent meals that contain adequate sources of protein. Choosing protein foods with a high biological value at each meal, that is, foods highly absorbed in the body such as meat, milk, yogurt and eggs, will make it easier to meet your requirements. But when it comes to sarcopenia, there's another important and proven strategy to prevent muscle wasting, and that's resistance or weights training, as it can result in increased efficiency of protein use, taking some of the demand of having to rely on a high protein intake from the diet. Your muscles simply get better at using the protein they have. Every week, you should include 2 resistance training workouts, either using your body weight or better still, light weights. The second key nutrient of concern as we age is calcium. More than 65% of adults 50 years and over have brittle or weak bones, and this is due to low calcium and vitamin D intake. As we age, we produce less of the lactase enzyme needed to digest the naturally occurring sugar, lactose, found in dairy. So not only do our calcium requirements go up with age, But the aging process itself means it can be harder to digest dairy as we produce less of the enzyme required to absorb it, resulting in stomach issues like bloating and diarrhea. Consequently, we avoid it, putting us at even greater risk. But your need for calcium for strong bones and teeth will increase over the age of 65, so extra serves of milk, yogurt and cheese are even more important. But you may need to opt for lactose-free milk instead of the regular variety. And if you're not a consumer of cow's milk, your calcium requirements can be met with suitable non-dairy alternatives like calcium-fortified soy milk. Other good sources of calcium are tinned salmon, sardines, sesame seeds and almonds. Next is vitamin D. The other important piece of the puzzle when it comes to healthy bones is vitamin D. It helps us absorb calcium in the bones and deposit it in the bones to keep them strong. The best source is the sun, and just 10 to 15 minutes per day is required, preferably before 10 a.m. or after 3 p.m. in summer to avoid the peak heat of the day, and any time of the day in winter is fine. You can also get it from food, but it's not as easy to meet your requirements, and it's unlikely you will. Foods that contain vitamin D include oily fish, eggs, and fortified dairy, where the vitamin has been added back into it. The fourth consideration is constipation. Unfortunately, your bowel stops working as well with age, and it doesn't move the food along as well as it once did. Accompanied with poor diet, less exercise, and reduced sensation of thirst, you're more likely to suffer from constipation, and this can then lead to cancer. You need to include plenty of fruit and veggies, and also whole grain carbs with every meal, such as oats at breakfast, whole grain bread at lunch, and brown rice at dinner. And to ensure everything's moving along and so you don't get dehydrated, include a glass of water each time you eat, or have a warm drink, such as a cup of herbal tea with each meal. And the last one is vitamin B12 deficiency. This is particularly common if you're following a vegetarian or vegan diet, as it's only found naturally in animal food sources. As we age, we produce less of a protein in the stomach cells called intrinsic factor, which is required to absorb it. And if we don't have enough of it, we can't make enough red blood cells. So if you're deficient in vitamin B12, you'll have side effects like extreme tiredness, and you won't want to get off the couch. But it's not just vitamin B12 that might be making you feel tired. This applies to iron as well. You can get iron from plant sources, but the best absorbed sources of iron come from animal sources like meat. If you're avoiding animal products, it's best to get your vitamin B12 level checked by your doctor. You may need a supplement, which is often given as an injection. My advice: number 1, focus on small frequent meals, as this can make it easier to meet your nutritional requirements. Number 2, include 3 serves of dairy or suitable plant-based alternatives like calcium-fortified soy every day. A serve is a 250ml glass of milk or a 200-gram tub of yogurt. Try lactose-free milk if you're experiencing stomach upset. 3, include a source of whole grain carbohydrate such as oats or brown rice, and a rich source of protein such as eggs, fish, beans or meat at each meal. Number 4, enrich your meal with plenty of good fats. For example, 100% nut butters and avocado, and cook with lots of olive or canola oil. Number 5, getting your daily sunlight. A minimum of 5 minutes every day and up to 15 minutes is plenty. Number 6, don't waste your money on supplements. You can meet your requirements through diet, but this may require the help of a healthcare professional, such as an accredited practicing dietitian, particularly if you're following a vegetarian or vegan diet. And lastly, when it comes to lifestyle, remember diet is just one aspect of aging gracefully. Exercise is just as important, and so is community. Research has proven that people who have fulfilling relationships with family, friends, and the community are happier, have better long-term health, and live longer. This extends beyond the family lunch or dinner. It can also be sitting in the local square with friends or on the park bench watching the world go by. My take-home message: your body stops working as efficiently as it ages, and consequently your need for certain nutrients go up. If you haven't seen your GP for 12 months, go in for a health check, as tweaks to your diet are likely needed, particularly if you're following a vegetarian or vegan diet. For more help with your diet and to ensure you're getting all your nutritional requirements, make sure to check out the show notes. That's all for today, so please give us a like and share with others if you're enjoying the content, and make sure to subscribe to the podcast to stay updated. The information provided in this podcast is for educational purposes only. It does not substitute professional medical advice or consultations with healthcare professionals.